Hello and welcome again to the Poetry Channel. The poem I'm going to read for you today is about as dark and difficult as poetry gets, because it is about the murder of children in the Holocaust. The poem is called A Hill of Little Shoes, and it's by Clive James. And before I read the poem, I'm going to read Clive James's own note about this poem. In this note, the person he refers to as Pete is Pete Atkin, with whom he sometimes collaborated on songs. So this is Clive James's comment, and then I'll read the poem. The subject matter is too sacred to permit any experimentation. But really, this lyric is an exercise in the special form of the aria for the opera that cannot exist. Pete understood immediately what was required for the music: monumentality, but with a legato line. I should say, for a final note to these lyrics, and a final note to the whole book, that I have always fully understood Adorno's insistence that there could be no poetry after Auschwitz. I understood it, but I didn't believe it. The question was already there when Thucydides described the first extermination camps, the quarries of Syracuse, in which the Athenians were left to starve. And the answer was already there in the magisterial cadence of his prose. Poetry is a form of knowledge, not of therapy, and nothing that humans do can be beyond its reach. A hill of little shoes. I live in the shadow of a hill of little shoes. I love, but I shiver with a chill I never lose. I live, I love, but where are they? Where are their lives, their loves, all blown away? And every little shoe is a foot that never grew another day. If you could find a pair and put them on the floor, make a mark in the air like the marks beside your door when you were growing, you'd see how tall they were. And the buckles and the laces they could do up on their own, or almost could, with their tongue tips barely showing, tell you how small they were. And then you'd think of little faces looking fearfully alone, and how they stood in their bare feet, being tall for the last time, just to be good, and that was all they were. They were like you in the same year, but you grew up. They were barely even here before they suddenly weren't there. And while you got dressed for bed, they did the same, but they were led into another room instead, and they were all blown away into thin air. I live in the shadow of a hill of little shoes. I love, but I shiver with a chill I never lose. And I caught that cold when I was chosen to grow old in the shadow of a hill of little shoes.